Hey everyone, and welcome back to Easy English Stories. I'm Oliver, and in this podcast, I will read you an exciting story in clear, slow English. As I read, I'll explain within the story words and grammar naturally. Today's story is a mystery fantasy called The Door in the Lake. Let's begin. No one ever swam in Blackwood Lake. The water was cold, dark, and perfectly still. Too still. It looked like it wasn't moving. The villagers said it was cursed. It was evil. But 12-year-old Ellie Carter wasn't afraid of stories. She was only afraid of being bored. Afraid of not knowing what to do. One summer afternoon, she sat by the edge of the lake, throwing small stones into the water. Each stone made a small splash and disappeared beneath the surface. But then something strange happened. One of the stones didn't sink. Instead, it hit something hard, something hidden that she couldn't see, just below the water. Ellie frowned so that she had the opposite of a smile, and she leaned closer. Carefully, she rolled up her sleeves and reached into the lake. Her fingers brushed against smooth metal. A handle. A door, she whispered. But how could there be a door in the middle of a lake? Her heart pounded, meaning it beat quickly with excitement and nerves. She hesitated for only a moment before taking a deep breath and pulling the handle. The water rippled, moving in small waves, and then click, the door unlocked. Slowly it began to open, and a golden light spilled out from beneath the water. The lake, which had always been silent, suddenly hummed. Humming is a soft, low sound, like a quiet song. Ellie gasped as she saw something incredible on the other side of the door, something amazing. Instead of the muddy lake bottom, there was a stone staircase leading down into a dry, glowing tunnel. It didn't make any sense. There should have been water everywhere, but beyond the door, on the other side, it was dry as a summer's day. Ellie looked around. No one else was there. If she told anyone, they'd never believe her. So she did the only thing that she could do. She stepped through the door. As soon as she crossed through the door, it shut behind her with a soft thud. Dum. She spun around, reaching for the handle, but it had disappeared. There was no going back now. She took a cautious step forward, a little bit nervous about what might come. The tunnel was warm. The stone walls were covered in pictures of animals, strange symbols, and what looked like a map. She traced her fingers over the markings, over the pictures, feeling the patterns beneath her fingertips. A sudden whisper echoed through the tunnel. A whisper is a soft, quiet voice. It wasn't coming from a person. but from the walls themselves. "You have found the lost passage," the voice said. "Few have entered, and fewer have returned." Ellie swallowed, like you swallow when you drink water. "Returned from where?" she asked. But there was only one answer. There was no answer. Only the distant sound of water dripping somewhere far away. Drip, drip, drip. She turned back to the map and noticed something new. A glowing path had appeared, leading deeper into the tunnel. Her hands trembled. They shook, so they were moving without her control. But she knew one thing for certain. She couldn't stop now. Taking a deep breath, she stepped forward, following the light, deeper into the unknown. That's the end of today's story. Did you notice how we used words like pounded, rippled, and hummed? These words help describe sounds and movements, which make stories more intense, more active. We also used through the story past simple tense in many places. For example, Ellie reached into the lake, to describe finished actions, and also the past continuous tense. For example, the lake was humming, and this was to describe something that happened in a specific moment in the past. What do you think? Do you think that Ellie will find something at the end of the tunnel? Let me know your ideas. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow and share Easy English Stories with your friends who are learning English. I'll be back soon with another magical story. But until next time, follow for more and happy listening. Have a lovely rest of your day. Goodbye.